Today, we are going to add a new village to the game. A cherry village. So I found a spot, let's start. So I'm going to use these houses below as a reference. There's only one of every village house. I started off with this large house. I used this to get a general idea of the style I wanted, inspired from Japanese architecture. The interior I made Japanese as to the best of my ability. I moved on to the medium houses. I kept the general design of the previous. As you'll see as we move on, there will be differences in the blocks I use and such. A good example is this, the Armorer House. You'll notice that I made it from blackstone instead of calcite. I also made a hole in the roof for the furnace. The next build I did was the Butcher, which has a different roof and walls from the other two types as well. With the Profession houses, I tried to keep the interior resembling the style, and the Profession as good as I could. This next build is the Cartographer, and possibly my favorite for this village. This build is the Fisherman house. After that, I made the Fletcher building, which I went for a more unique design for, and I really like. I really hope they add use for the fletching table in the future. Next up is the library, which you all know I love building libraries. I made sure the interior was very nice. Here, we build the stonemason out of smooth basalt. And the last of this row is the toolsmith. Next on is the shepherd house, which I forgot to record most of. The inside has looms and wool. Next, we build the farms. I took inspiration from terraced farms, which are commonly seen in Japan. Later on, I'll replace the stone with grass blocks. After the farms is some more houses, and mostly just the smaller ones. This one is a bit larger one with a more detailed roof, and this one has 2 floors and is a bit unique to the other houses. Then I started on the horse stables. This is probably the most unique part of the build, especially the roof. The thing beside it is the tannery, which is where hide is dried into leather. This is the main temple, which is the replacement for the church. It'll act as the city center. After this, I moved on to my favorite village building, which is the blacksmith. Then I made some food carts, plants, a torii gate, and a bench. Now let's place everything down, starting with the fishing house. I built a dock going down to the water. I really like the dock that I made. Up on the mountain, I made room by terraforming more. I removed all of the foliage and began placing down the buildings before I moved over to another area and began transforming there. I moved back to the main area and removed some more hills before adding more of the buildings in. In the background, you'll have seen more examples of this building style showing up. I moved back over and placed some more builds down. These are mostly houses here. Then I put down the farms. I went through and made the paths all around the village connecting to every part. After which, you can see I placed down the food carts and the extra smaller structures. Adding more trees and these smaller details just brings so much more life to the build. I bone milled the ground to give it some foliage, and then I was pretty much done. Honestly, it looks so amazing. better than I thought it would turn out. The different styles and colors from the materials make this village just so unique. It's honestly nothing like anything I've built before. I had to do a good bit of research on Japanese architecture to get a good idea of how to do this. I really hope you guys like it as much as I do. That'll be all for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and maybe consider leaving a like, as it would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe for more great videos and awesome builds like these. But with that said, have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye!